What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Sorry about that. I've been messing around with this Oculus Quest 2. I was trying to download the software so I could show it like on my PC or whatever, because I want to show you guys some stuff. But I'm having technical difficulties, and I had to turn on the headset, go to settings, allow AirLink, all this stuff. And then I looked at the time. I was like, oh, God, I got to go live. But yeah, I want to try to make this a quick stream, guys. I'm getting heavy into this, the metaverse stuff, the Oculus stuff, the Decentraland, the sandbox I've been messing with today. So just going to, do some quick TA with 6FIG, just, the normal ones that we do. And I think HBAR, we may take some from the audience and whatnot, but we'll see. I'm just gonna do a quick market update. And yeah, we'll go from there, guys. All right, let me just full screen lay out this. All right, so let's see. Let me refresh it. Bitcoin, $61,098, down 2%. Total market before I keep going is down 1.64%. Ethereum's at 4,400. We got Solana down just a little bit, $242. Cardano's still down, hovering around that $2 last couple of weeks. When we get into the TA, I'm hoping it's squeezing. We're going to hopefully get a big breakout here soon. A lot of people complaining about that, but it is what it is. Dot's down, still above 52, so that's looking good. Oh, also, other thing I noted, new listing, crypto.com on Coinbase. You wouldn't even think another exchange, coin would be on another platform. So that kind of gives me hope that, who knows, one day maybe the Voyager token will be listed on Coinbase, which would be epic. Top gainers. Can you guys hear me, by the way, or am I just talking to myself in the comments? Just read your comment, Nader. Might be a mix of the two. I did have some, I'm not even gonna get into that. Anyway, gainers the last 24 hours. IOTX up 84%. Wow, 35 cents. OMG Network up 24%. XYO up 20%. eCash up 18%. That's a new one I haven't heard of. LivePeer up 10%. So we do still have some altcoins that are, doing pretty well. Losers last 24, the Origin Trail. I keep screwing that up because I keep wanting to say Oregon Trail. Down now, 16%. It's in about $1.86. Shiba Inu, man's wrecked. You guys think that's done for? You think it peaked out? It went up so fast. Now we're just having the big drawdown, down about 13%. Alchemy Pay down 12%. KRL down about 11%. And that's your biggest losers for the day. All right, what is today? Although the day is coming to a close here. I mean, depending where you are. If you're Strika, you're in Australia, it's already the 5th. But anyway, November 4th is National Candy Day. Diwali, International Stout Day. I'm not a fan of those. National Chicken Lady Day. Interesting. And Use Your Common Sense Day. Something a lot of people in this world don't have. But there you have it, guys. That's your holidays for November 4th. Crypto bubbles, top 100 tokens, coins, whatever you want to call it for you visual people out there. UC. You guys ever hear of this? Ucash? I've never heard of that. Up 34%. It's in about 24 cents. And a lot of the ones I just previously mentioned. SHIB's down. AR. What is AR? Arweave. Sounds familiar, but I don't know too much about that. Let's see. Let's go to my favorites. VGX down 5.6%. Decentraland down 5%. VeChain doing things. Up 7.6%. Helium. Still waiting on my Helium miner. I actually wrote them an email. I'm like, it's been about 6 months. Haven't gotten my router. When is it getting here? Polkadot. Why is this? Doesn't say anything. That's weird. It's yellow. I don't know. It just looks weird to me for some reason. StormX up 1.1%. Hidden Gem. Love that token. Crypto Fear and Greed Index. I love this. It's kind of like gives you an idea how the market's going to be for the next day. Every day at 8 p.m. Eastern is when the new day, this auto updates. Same thing as it was yesterday, 73.73. So who knows? We might see a stagnant market or, who knows for tomorrow. Total crypto market cap. What do we sit at? 2.67 trillion. We're showing a little dip, so it's good. This is a good thing, good indicator to look at overall health of the entire market. And Bitcoin dominance up a tiny bit from the previous day. It's in about a 43.13. All right, so that is it for your market overview. So let's bring our special guest every Thursday. We alternate between our YouTube channels. Everyone, please welcome 6FIG Stock Trader. What's going on, man?
What's up, everyone? Glad to be here. Thanks for having me on the show once again, on your channel, I should say.
Yeah,
but what's good with you? I haven't talked to you in about 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. I've been doing this, the VR headset, man. I think I heard it on 6FIG's videos today. I sent him one of these. I just was like, dude, I don't know anyone else that has this, but it's so addicting. Like, trust me, if you don't have any experience with like the VR headsets, and I know there's the Quest 1 or whatever the first Quest is. I have the Quest 2, Oculus 2, blows it away from what I hear. I don't know what blows it away, but it's a lot better. It's wireless and whatnot. But I've been messing with a ton of different apps and stuff on there. And I want to do a VR meetup on there. And I've been trying to look up what type of good VR meetups apps they have on there. And it's called VR Chat. I was actually just doing it the last hour. Kind of weird. There's some weird people in the world, but like there's like created worlds that people have, and there's like little interactive things and stuff. So the crazy things I was thinking of, and I'm going to talk to 6FIG after this. I want him to go on here or I wanted to like do all this crazy stuff. So you could go in this virtual room or created rooms, whatever. There's like haunted houses that people create, or like the top of rooftops and stuff. But you can like get a link from the internet. So if, say 6FIG's premiering a video, he's gonna be like, hey guys, I'm premiering this video or whatever on YouTube. I can take that link, go into my VR chat, create a private room, and like send a link to people or like a secret code or whatever. So you guys can like meet in this room and we can premiere the video together, and you can all interact and talk with each other, which is kind of crazy. So that's just one of the things I was messing around with. But I was in some of these rooms, I wasn't talking. There's like kids in there and like weird people doing like weird stuff. And 6FIG, I'll show you after this. So I was just there listening, and it's so weird because it does like 3D audio. So
really,
like when you have the headset
surround sound
on,
or something.
Yeah. So like if it's just like you're in a room right here. If someone was like over in my basement over here, I would hear them in my headset like as you walk around. Like it's 3D audio. But I don't know, man. I think this is the future. Some of these kids' parents that were doing some, I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, guys, I've been messing around with the Oculus Quest 2, some of the games, a lot of the Guardian. Is that the one that we've been playing?
Yeah. What is that one? God,
I think it's called
like Downfall
or Downfall. Yeah, I think that's it. It's one of the most popular ones right now. But man, guys,
that's sick.
I was playing that with 6FIG the other day, and it was bringing me back to my like deployment time. Like it was insane. I was like acting all into it, and I don't even know how to explain it. I don't want to keep getting on a tangent, but anyway, guys, it's addictive. Trust me.
It's so realistic.
Yeah, and it's only going to get even better. And from what I hear, they're going to be doing like, there's certain apps that like, and I know there's a lot of data, all the data stuff. If you don't like all that, I get it. That's why you get cryptocurrency, you get the decentralized ones. I think there's just going to be in the future, like things like the Oculus 2 worlds. And then, Decentraland's going to come out with theirs, or maybe a VR headset, the Sandbox, or I don't know, maybe you could use the Oculus to go into these different dimensions. And I can get in a whole tangent on that, but it's crazy.
Even like we were talking, like, so Crypto Airborne and I, we must have spent at least a couple hours in this virtual world the other night, and it was so interesting because we were kind of talking after that. Crypto Airborne was like, hey, the military is going to be using this for training. They're going to download a map of a target in a village or something, and troops will be able to role play in this virtual world before they even get boots on the ground, and they will be familiar with everything from the release on the guns that they're using to the way the door handles turn. I guarantee you that. And it's going to be...
It's going to change the way war is.
Yeah.
United States is probably going to be ahead of the game, and all the other countries that spend a lot of money on military. But like it literally will set you up for combat. Some of these things that, like, as we were playing, I was like, so you start out in a tent. It's like your debrief tent. There's a map there's a whole map, like a 2D map, but it's 3D in front of you of like your map or wherever you're going to be. So I'm thinking to myself, because I was a officer in the military, we had to do all of our operations orders and whatnot. I was like, man, I can't imagine this is what the future is going to be, because you can have all your other, your sergeants, your officers in the room with all these VR headsets on, and you can literally do the exact same thing, like virtually, as you would in like real life. So like say I'm in Afghanistan or Iraq or something, they're going to map out these areas and then put the headsets on, and they can have the OP4, which is the opposing forces. You could have other people, other soldiers like act like that, and then just do the exact same thing. Like, who knows? I actually have them right here in front of me. So like these are the remotes or whatever for the Oculus. They'll just come out with like AR-15, like M4s or whatever weapons, where like you can do the exact same thing in real life.
It's going to be crazy. I mean, even it just got so much use too. I mean, we could even talk like how this could possibly save lives and improve our lives on a daily basis. For example, maybe driver's ed can help all these young drivers, 13, 14, 15 years old, before they're getting their license. They can be putting a ton of time in behind the wheel without getting behind the wheel, especially if maybe they come from an area where a family doesn't own a car, or they can't afford to own a car, or something like that, where they just don't get that experience. I mean, we can use this to make roads safer. We can use this to do basically everything, improve work tasks, safety in the workplace. I mean, it's just so insane.
Yeah, and the same thing with fitness. So like there's fitness apps.
That's nuts.
And I was telling you the other day, there's an option on the Oculus where you can put like how long you want to play for the day as a reminder. Like if you play too long, it'll send you a reminder in front of your face. There's a calorie counter. So it tells you, like, you put in your height and your weight in the settings or whatever, and it'll tell you or guesstimate how many like calories, kind of like, the smartwatches and all that stuff, and your iPhone has the health tracker and whatnot. But you can literally build up a sweat on these things and lose weight for fitness. Even meditation. I was messing around with meditation the other day. There was just like, people are into ASMR and all that type of stuff. There's like an ASMR meditation thing where I was just bored the other day. I just put it on. I was like, oh, let's try this out. And I got into such a state of like, I almost fell asleep. Like, so it like helps you fall asleep. As crazy as it sounds, because they say don't look at your phone and whatnot. But I don't know, guys. That's the big thing with me right now, is the Oculus and the metaverse. Everyone's talking about it, but I think this is the future. What do you guys think in the comments just below? What do we got?
Should we do some TA in what was it? God, I'm having a brain fart. Where you talk all quiet. ASMR.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna see that 50 moving average come up above the 200.
Yeah. But it's weird after you play for a while. Like I just was doing it for 30 minutes. It's weird coming back to reality, because I feel really weird right now.
Yeah, that is one thing, dude. Like, it messes with your equilibrium, or at least for me. I'll go into the freaking virtual world, and the other night I ended up playing from 8:30 at night, and I said, I'm going to get on this thing for like 45 minutes. It was 10:30 before, it was like 10:45 before I got out of virtual reality world. And I'm just going, wow, I'm hot. I'm like sweating. It's like, here I am, like full blown military, laying on the floor of my living room with a sniper rifle in VR world. And
yeah,
I couldn't imagine what the neighbors were thinking if they see me through the windows or something. But
yeah, but anyways, I don't want to get off on a tangent. We can have a whole long conversation on that. I want to keep this kind of quick, do some TA. Let's get into,
because we're going into VR world after this, for sure.
I do, yeah. But if you guys are interested in getting the Oculus 2, let me know. I can give you the referral code or whatever I had. I think you get like $30 off the Oculus store to buy your first game or whatever. So if you guys are interested, just hit me up on Twitter or whatever.
It's so worth it. I highly recommend 100%. It. Crypto Airborne hooked me up with my set, and I'm super thankful that he did, because I would have probably never experienced this, and it's just such a rush. It's so crazy.
So what do you got pulled up first? What do you want to talk about?
Well, let's talk about SHIB. I want to talk about SHIB. I know there's some people here that are probably holding SHIB, and it's got some issues. But the one thing that I'm struggling with for SHIB is I'm not in logarithmic mode here. In logarithmic mode, we can see how this chart is deceiving. And I'm a big Elliott wave theory guy, and just by looking at this, we wouldn't expect to see Elliott wave theory out of this, because point 0 to 1 looks a lot longer than point 2 to 3. So when we flip-flop this and go into reality, we can see that this is in fact the possibility. And I'm not sure if we're going to see another rally out of SHIB, or if we're going to see some sort of head and shoulders pattern play out. I'm still thinking that this thing might bounce, but
yeah,
it's never wise to try to catch that falling knife, everyone. So,
especially since it's a meme coin. I mean, granted, these things, dude, these are crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, on the weekly chart, RSI is at 75, so it's not like it's super crazy high up there. Like, we've seen higher RSI, and that's kind of why I think that we might get a little bit more pump out of this. But let's go ahead and just look at this on like a 2-day chart, and we can clearly see where we might in fact see a third pump to the upside. But like I said, I'm not trying to get anyone's hopes up at this point, because this thing was pumped to death. I made my money personally, and then I got the hell out. So I rode the wave up from about here to halfway, and I sold early. But I know Crypto Airborne was like a cowboy riding this thing all
whenever
the way
that
to the
one,
top.
the one video you put out, you were like, oh, I think this is going to run. I said, I'll drop $600 into it. It ran up and it kept running up. And I was like, oh, man, I don't know what to do. So then I texted you or whatever, and you're like, maybe you should pull out, not financial advice. And I was like, you know what? It's ran up so much. Why not take profit? So I sold, I think, at like $1,800 or something. So I made some good pocket change.
That a boy.
But now I'm curious. Now I'm debating on, just dropping another $600 or something into it if the Elliott wave theory plays out.
Yeah, and man, you know what? If we're looking at this thing, let's just look at this thing on like a 6-hour chart. This thing's ranging like it wants to run down to this 200 moving average. I want to check this thing out on the 4-hour chart. And I mean, we can see that we had a nasty dog leg symmetrical triangle. If we zoom in here or go down to like a 10-minute chart, we'll see a symmetrical triangle on this. We'll go to the 15, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about here. Here is the symmetrical triangle that gave way. And I do think that if we go back to what were we on, a 4-hour chart? Now we'll definitely see this maybe come down and bounce off this 200 moving average. But I do think that this thing is not done, and we may in fact be setting up to maybe see a cup and handle or something form later on. Not financial or trading advice, but this is definitely hurting for sure. I'm not touching this at all.
Yeah.
Daily chart, if this thing pumps, we might need to see this come a little bit closer to this cloud before moving up. And I mean, this thing could really kind of come down, connect with this 50 moving average, maybe get a bounce to go higher. We'll keep an eye on this. This is definitely one of those things where it might be an easy money grab, even if it is a head and shoulders pattern that's forming, because the neckline, quite frankly, is there. You could argue that this could be some sort of neckline for a head and shoulders if we do not get 0.4 to 5, which would be right here to right here, higher than this wick. So we need to see this thing crank 5 digits on the end of price action. Yeah. Let's look at another one here.
Let's do CKB. There's a lot of CKB people.
Is there?
Yeah, I messaged Josh Yates to see if he could come on tonight, but like you said, he's got some personal things going on. Nothing bad or anything, but he'll let us know when he's ready.
Yep,
Farron,
he's definitely game.
Yeah, or no, who was it previously in the comments? Farron said that Godwoken update from Nervos is cool. The proof of layer 2 portability in DeFi is going to set the foundation for the future. I didn't get a chance to like look into that. Did you want to explain quickly what that is? I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, that is a yeah. You know what? When it comes to this techie stuff,
yep,
I probably can't explain it without I know exactly what it is, but I can't explain it on a technical level of an expert. So I kind of try to defer that stuff.
Yeah.
So
that's the same. That's the same with me. Like I feel like that's all like CKB, the whole chain. It's very techy, and like the video I put out a couple days ago or whatever. I don't know. It might have been yesterday or 2 days ago or whatever. I had to like reread the articles that I was going to talk about before I did it or put out the video because I didn't understand it at first. But I still really don't. I do what I don't. I generically understand it. So. Yeah.
It's just I do know that layer 1 is going to be kind of where all the higher value assets are going to be stored. So you're going to have like your NFTs and all the dApps and stuff stored on layer 1, and the stuff that's a little bit like needs less security, things like that is going to really kind of flake off onto layer 2.
Yeah.
And that was kind of what I was getting when I was talking to one of the Nervos Network personnel.
Farron said it's a layer 2 DeFi app that will allow portability and development on the Ethereum virtual machine.
Okay.
And then Matt Green said, what role do you think Nervos will play in the metaverse?
That's a good question.
It is a good question.
So I think that if you get all these developers that have existing metaverse type apps, it will be intriguing for them to port everything over to Nervos Network for the sole purpose that people will be able to come from all sorts of other blockchain environments to interact, with their coins. They'll be able to basically exchange their, let's just say, XRP for CKB or Ethereum for CKB or Bitcoin for CKB easily. And the fact that they really don't need to do any additional coding or anything like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's one of those questions that we need to ask Josh or some of these other technical people. But I do think that that is kind of the
And then Strike said, so it will allow moving between ETH and CKB, Farron. And then Farron said it will allow DeFi apps to run ETH over the top of the Nervos network. Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's definitely, I feel like, the last 3 weeks, I'll say, I feel like Nervos Network or Nervos, however you want to pronounce it, has really made some good strides, and they've been really out in the streets hammering it at these NYC NFT conventions. I don't know if anybody caught their hashing it out today. Oh my gosh, what a great episode they had today on hashing it out. It was really good.
Are they doing another one? I heard they're doing another one.
They're doing one tomorrow, I think at 1 p.m. You'll have to check their Twitter handle. So I think it might be 1 p.m. Eastern time. Don't quote me. But I do know that there were some other events going on. The IOHK had some sort of event. I know that one of the co-founders, Kevin Wang, was giving a very nice 10-minute speech, and I have yet to see that video, but I heard
tomorrow,
he blew it out of the water.
Yeah, tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern. They're going to end NFT NYC with a bang. Join us for a special edition of Hashing It Out tomorrow with the creators of Collect NFT, where NFTs go mainstream.
Nice. I love Collect. I mean, speaking of NFTs, I sold about 20 NFTs on there, and it was so easy to do. You basically get your money, send it, or you get your CKB, send it there. You can even pay with credit cards on Collect. But if you want to mint something, it's all done in-house. You just upload the file that you want minted. You have a wallet, your portal wallet, and you connect it right to Collect, and boom. I mean, you're done. It's so easy and even to list stuff. I mean, I listed, like I said, 20 different NFTs, and then yeah, definitely it was so easy to mint them, sell them. I was able to kind of double my money up there, so nice. I'm going to reinvest it all back into the Nervos Network community somehow. Awesome. Free NFT giveaways or something like that. So
yeah, it's so hard, like, for myself, because like there's like 4 or 5 projects that I really like, and it's so hard to keep up with all this. And that's and CKB is one of them. Like I love CKB, but I also like StormX, Voyager, Cardano, and a couple other coins. But that's another thing I need to get a deep dive into, is like the NFT aspect of CKB and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure.
But CKB is looking pretty good right now on the charts, isn't it?
Yeah, it's looking really good, actually. So we did have this descending triangle that's now kind of whipped into a symmetrical triangle here. So this is really good. We can see that the squeeze is on more than ever. And in the last few days, I had kind of mentioned that watch out for November 4th at noon. So that we're going to be seeing something happen. And a lot of times when we throw up these time sequences, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know the, how volatile things are going to get or the impact of time sequence. So with that said, you can see November 4th at noon, even though this was a small price reversal, we did have a price reversal, and that is the power of Fibonacci. So we were able to calculate that, hey, something was going to happen in the form of likely a reversal, and price action did reverse from a pretty nasty bearish candle to a spinning top. Right now, I do think that, previously back a while ago, I was talking about November 8th. Watch out for November 8th. And we start extending these lines out. I mean, we can see that November 7th, November 8th is, I'd say within the next 3 days, guys, we're going to see some volatility with CKB. I can guarantee that we're either going down to the 0.018 or we're going up. And the way things are looking, lows are getting higher. This is a good sign. I do think that we are on the way up, hopefully not financial or trading advice, but we do have some very nice trend lines. If I can draw them, you can kind of see how David? This trend line really is prevalent here. Let's look at this on the daily chart. I like to look at things on the daily chart, and we definitely officially have a golden cross. We do have the 50 over the 200, and we do have price action crossing both the 50 and the 200. So right now we are seated on top of the cloud with some sort of, bull pennant, bull flag, whatever you want to call this. So this is a good little outlook. It's good to have a nice bull flag pull with a little triangular formation above the cloud on the daily. So I'm definitely bullish. Wouldn't surprise me to see this thing start running. We are kind of creeping up on this cloud, and we might be getting some pressure to start moving. So
at what time tomorrow? The time sequence had something?
So we had kind of guessed that from noon today at November 4th to noon tomorrow, November 5th. So it wouldn't surprise me, November 6th, maybe even. Let's just get to the bottom of this right now. Let's see if we can figure out if I can try to find that November 8th day in time sequence here. Bear with me, folks. Okay, not that. I know that it's prevalent. It's there somewhere. So bear with me, folks.
We will be doing a Bitcoin TA, and I have a pretty interesting tweet. Bitcoin moves the market now, but I got something I want to share before we get into that.
Okay, cool. That I'm right all the time?
Yeah.
Oh, just kidding. I'm just kidding, folks. So, yeah, so that's CKB. I mean, I do think that, that these next couple days are going to be super important. We'll go back into what is going on here. There we go. We're back into logarithmic mode. And I know I've pointed this out a lot with CKB. We can match this point. You can kind of see that point there. I mean, I'm just pointing out these similarities right now in structure. You can kind of see that this point is connected here, this point here. And so you can kind of take a guess at, okay, 50 and 200 just crossed. Are we at this point in time right here? Which would kind of be right in here. Possibly. This looks like a really bad college football, play.
Just a bunch of lines. Yeah.
Right. And so, but you can notice that there's significant resemblance to this setup, and history looks like it is repeating itself. So
what about that one indicator? I always forget it. The one that you didn't know anything about. Have you done that?
So the Gartley?
Yeah.
Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
So the Gartley. Yeah, I mean, the Gartley it's gonna be kind of a tough pick from here. If we wanted to find a bearish outlook technically, I think that we just don't really have anything that would support that. But I do think that if we did, I think it'd be likely to see CKB kind of run up to maybe this 3.033-ish cent area. Obviously, the 3 cent level is huge for CKB going forward, but I think that if this thing starts running, this might be the next target, which definitely makes sense because you can kind of see where this 161.8 level is in the grand scheme of things. Bear with me. What is going on? You can see how this just cuts right across the top here. So that wouldn't surprise me to see price action run up that high.
Yeah.
But, I'm not really seeing a good opportunity for Gartley unless we measured from this point to this point. And even if this was Gartley, we'd still be seeing this, 3 cent level.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to the next crypto.
Yeah.
What do you got here?
I want to do the standard. I don't know, Voyager, StormX, ADA. Maybe we do like a 5-minute TA or 4-minute TA. I got the timer set up.
Oh, it's 9:05 now. Okay. Yeah, let's cover Voyager, let's cover Bitcoin, and then do you have any other ones that you wanted to cover?
HBAR and StormX.
Okay, we'll cover both those. We'll do this quick.
Okay.
So in earlier video I did today, I was saying how Voyager token is setting to break out. And look what's happening now. Some really nice full body green candles. And this is the exact TA that I left off with here. And you can see that we have what's called a falling wedge. And this is a very bullish sign to see. And this is
Wow.
great.
I just checked it. We're up 3.2% the last hour. $2.51. Nice.
So I think I made that video. This thing was at about $2.40 or something like that. But I was telling everybody, hey, this thing's ready to pop back upwards. And I've been getting a lot of flack about Voyager lately with these crazy price predictions. But I do think that we are still setting up for Elliott wave theory to the upside. And if the market cooperates, I think we'll get that. as long as we don't get a bunch of wine babies.
Which there
whining
are a
about-
lot of them.
Oh gosh, it's terrible.
It's so annoying. People
Yeah.
have no patience. I preach it.
Right.
Yeah, they sell. There's actually an inside thing. The worst thing I hate. This is what I hate. My Ring doorbell just went off. It's 10:09 o'clock or 10:09 p.m. That's weird.
Go get your gun.
Anyway, yeah, I know. Hold up. That's kind of weird. I don't know.
You need to go get that. I'll stay
Hold
here
on.
and
I just
run the
gotta check
feed.
my thing. Whatever. They can come. The biggest complaint that I hate is when people announce that they're selling. I just bought Voyager, or I mean, I've been holding on to Voyager token for 7 months. I bought in at the high point earlier this year, and there's other projects moving and blah 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 blah. Like it's a long-term hold. Like we all know the fundamentals. We all know it's going to go up, and then the guys, some guys like said that, and then I posted, "Oh, thanks for selling, friend." I bought like $1,000 worth, and I put my market buy or whatever. I bought $20,000 worth yesterday. Like we had a great Twitter Spaces education AMA for the VGX heroes. We had the dude Isaiah who shot the half court shot at the Mavericks game the other day. He was on, told his whole story. It was awesome. He said it was the most detailed he's gone into on any of the interviews that he's had. Real humble guy, real nice guy. But it just hyped me up yesterday, and we talked a whole bunch of stuff about Voyager, and it hyped me up. I was like, man, I'm just gonna buy 20 grand worth. So
that's awesome.
Like, why not? But yeah. Anyway,
he's the guy that won the $100,000 half court shot. I mean, what a life-changing shot. Yeah. That's so cool. I'm so happy for him. That's so awesome.
So if we break out of that triangle,
it's going to look bullish, man. If you break out of this, I do think that we will see with Voyager. And I don't think I even covered really the price for Voyager, but I do think that if we break out of this, we could easily be seeing this rip up to the $3.67 to $4 level. Easy. So, yeah, and that would be a wonderful thing for all the heroes and the holders across the board. So, time sequence is dead on. I mean, we can see pivot point here, pivot point here, and we can see that the next one isn't until November 8th. So, hopefully, you guys have a good 4 days of solid running to get to where you need to go before the next time sequence occurs.
Hey guys, I'm safe, by the way. I just checked my Ring doorbell. It was a cat, a gray and white cat that's sniffing the pumpkin that I have on my doorstep. So we're good.
It's probably pissing all over the place. You're going to go out there and it's going to smell like cat piss.
Probably.
All over. I mean, just another smell you're used to around there.
Let's jump to there's so many comments. There's HBAR, ADA.
Let's just pull up HBAR. I almost made a video on HBAR today, and I thought, well, I've already cranked out 4 videos, so I'm not going to do any more. Here we are. This is the last time we did HBAR. We could see this symmetrical triangle squeeze, and this is what CKB is doing right now too. CKB's in the squeeze. It looked like this thing ripped a little prematurely, but then we saw price action come right back into the triangle, and now we are seeing it leave again. So let's just examine this on the daily. I mean, you could see and possibly argue the fact that price action is restructuring even more. And we know this because we can see this triangle pattern here. And what might actually be happening, and HBAR is, when I talk about being at a pivotal point, HBAR couldn't be at a more pivotal point than right now. We are in a position where this thing needs to get price action above this cloud on the daily chart, meaning we need to pass through this area. Otherwise, if we don't, you're going to see price action fall and fall hard. So with that said, buy a couple of coins of HBAR if you're bullish on it, not financial trading advice, But I do think that the way this thing is going, we are seeing these lows get higher and higher, and really the highs are kind of getting higher. So I would assume that maybe the next day's candle will look bullish and hopefully close above this cloud. Right now it's going to trade sideways, and I would expect HBAR to maybe form some sort of ascending triangle, something like this on top of the cloud, or some sort of symmetrical triangle on top of this cloud to move upwards.
Nice.
We need a bullish pattern on top of this cloud, period, before we can go anywhere. So yeah, HBAR is looking good. It's squeezing sideways. Really nothing too eventful on it right now. One good thing we do have going here is the conversion line, this little red line. I'll try to pull it up here. You guys can see that is above the baseline, and it's trending through the cloud. Excuse me. So that is good to see this kind of ripping upwards. And man, once this conversion line starts taking off, we're going to see price action follow. You can kind of see when it starts running, it runs. So with that said, we'll go on to the next one. Did you say StormX was another one?
Yeah, StormX. I like StormX a lot. I have a pretty decent bag of that. They just had their 4th monthly AMA today, and DJ Crypto also did a one-on-one interview with Simon. And it was pretty interesting. Fundamentally, their debit card, they're trying to get that out before Christmas. Obviously, they have all the cashback rewards and whatnot. But this is such a hidden gem. I don't know why this isn't more than what it is right now. Granted, he couldn't talk about price action or whatever. But if that debit card comes out, that's a game changer. So essentially, what's going to happen, like, you get your first, they're going to launch the virtual debit card, so you can use it virtually on your phone with Apple Pay, Google Pay, I think it is, and then Android Pay or whatever. So that's what they're going to roll out first, and then they're going to roll out the physical card. So say whatever partner they have, Target or something, you go to Target, you already get like 5% back on rewards for whatever purchase you get. And then say if you're a gold member or whatever, you get like a 1% boost on that, because they have different tier levels, like the Voyager loyalty program. They got gold, silver, platinum, whatever. They'll have that. And on top of that, you'll swipe your card, you'll buy whatever, you'll get your cash back in StormX straight to your account.
So awesome.
So, and then you'll be getting 10% staking rewards on top of all that just by using a debit card. So it's no brainer.
I'm definitely doing that. Yeah, I'm getting rid of every card I have, and I'm getting a StormX card if that happens. So are they going to kind of act like a bank then? Yeah.
And there was still some questions that his like other dude, tech guy, wasn't there to answer or whatever. Because I don't know. I'm not even going to speak to it because I don't want to say the wrong thing and whatnot. But it's going to be a game changer. They also hinted at some big announcements for other companies that they're going to be announcing here real soon. So expect that. And a quick story behind the CEO. He used to have like a Korean barbecue food truck that he started before he started StormX back in the day. And he used that money to help fund StormX, which I thought was pretty cool. And he also worked for Amazon. I found out that tonight. I asked the question on DJ Crypto's live stream tonight. He did an internship there for about 8 months, because I think he's based out of Seattle, or he's living in Seattle. So just some tidbits of info about StormX. But yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Were you working at Amazon at the same time as he was, or was he?
That's a good question.
For that.
Because it would have been way before. Yeah, back in 2016, I think. Actually, right when I might have been, because I got hired November or October of 2017, and StormX, I think. When's the beginning of StormX on this chart? Like that's it. Probably like before that. I thought StormX has been around for a while.
2017.
So yeah, I don't know. He might have been there when I first started Amazon, but
yeah. I wonder if he used his shares to propel himself through Amazon, just sell them off and invest in a crypto or his blockchain. That's cool. But yeah, StormX is looking good. I mean, like I said, I did a video on this earlier. You can see that we have price squeezing. I do think on the daily chart, price is probably gunning for this little area, right in here. And this is going to be an easy point for price to really move up. So I wouldn't surprise me to see StormX kind of trade sideways just a little bit more, do one of these things. And then November 25th, we've got a time sequence, which appears to be fairly accurate, somewhere in this within a couple days. And this might be a point where we see price action rip up through this cloud. And I'm hoping it doesn't drop off, because I'm trying to get probably a few $1,000 worth of StormX here in the next week or two, just depending on, how this pans out. So yeah, StormX looking good, trading sideways. Let's look at
Cardano.
Let's see here.
Or Bitcoin.
Let's look at BOSON. Let's see, what do we got? 46. Yeah, I haven't either. Maybe I have. Okay, so here's BOSON for Sadat. Thanks for recommending this one. Good to see you as well. We can see that. Let's see. Oh, so this is BOSON against Bitcoin. I don't want that. I want BOSON to the dollar. There we go.
Hey,
okay, so
Sadat, tell us a little bit about BOSON in the comments if you don't mind. And also, everyone watching, don't forget to smash the like button. Subscribe if you aren't subscribed. If you want to, go follow 6FIGSTOCKTRADER on Twitter and YouTube. He does technical analysis daily, pumps out videos. He's the man.
Yep. And so we must have reviewed this during one of our live streams. I don't remember when, but I have this little doodle drawn up. So maybe we were speculating that this could be a rising wedge, which here's an example of something that was showing some sort of bearish pattern that didn't produce bearish results. This is it's about a month-long pattern, 3-week pattern. So I'm very surprised to see that. But BOSON, very clearly, we can see the Elliott wave theory to the upside. Boom, 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 and then up. Currently, we are sitting in a retracement and possibly setting up for a death cross here. We have price action striking the 50 and the 200. If it pulls this 50 down and the price action kind of falls again, we will see a death cross occur, and we will see price action rapidly fall. But one other thing is that we can see that, okay, are we in this ABC correction part and we're getting ready to move to the upside again? So, I mean, it's anybody's guess at this point in time what's going to happen. This thing, we could be seeing inverse head and shoulders. I mean, to move higher, this is at the 50-50 point. And I hate saying this because people give me crap about this when I say it could go up or down. Like, I see an easy corrective wave to the downside even more. And on top of that, I'm also seeing a impulse wave that could occur here. But I do think that there might be some correction that happens further. If we try to figure that out and try to figure out, what that could be, I mean, you might see this thing come down to the $2 level. If that does happen, if this thing kind of runs up, I would say $3.64, $3.39 level. And you got to keep in mind, this thing just 2x'd, 3x'd here. From these lower levels here. So yeah, it's definitely at a super pivotal point. But nonetheless, you could kind of make the argument that there may in fact be some sort of falling wedge that is happening here too. And you might see a squeeze to the upside, but we won't know till we know. So let's move on to the next one.
We got Cardano. We got me watching. What's up, me? Funniest thing. How's it going, me? Yeah, Cardano, man. It's been so. I follow Dan. Oh, what's his name?
The man.
Well, that's my name in real life. I don't really care. But Dan Gambardello, he's been a huge Cardano supporter. I've been following him for years, and he's getting all hate. Oh, Cardano sucks, blah, blah. But he's like, this just makes me more bullish that people are, fudding it. Because granted, Cardano is what, kind of made me financially free, because I've been investing in it the last couple of years when everyone's like, Cardano is going nowhere. They're never going to release smart contracts. Well, you know what? They did, and it shot up. And I feel like it goes in waves. And I think we're getting ready to shoot up soon. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we got a falling wedge on Cardano. I do think there might be a little bit more price suffrage to happen. Excuse me. I think there might be a little bit more price suffrage to happen. One thing that we can note here in the past recent history is that Cardano likes to bounce this 50 right off the 200. You guys see that? And right now we are seeing this 50 kind of come down. So we may in fact see, something like this happen, and we might see Cardano go for a run. I'm bullish on Cardano, absolutely. Nice. And I do think that it's setting up to make a move. Personally, I don't own any. I did own some, probably at about $2.75 or wherever this was. I sold off once we came down. And I haven't really picked any back up, but I should, because I do think that if this thing does start running again, just a conservative estimate, I think we could see this obviously come back and retest these all-time highs, but go further up to this golden ratio and maybe really test the $4 price point. And
look at the last run-up percentage gains. Like, what if you mirror that to, if that were to happen again, how high would that be? Like,
so we'll start at this golden cross here. Okay. And so let's just say this was at 4 cents and it ran up 7,200%, give or take. So I could easily see this thing running up to this 476 level. Let's just see, for shits and giggles, I'm just going to put this right about here. Oh, man. We're not going up to $100 for sure. No. Market cap would not support that.
No.
Or
just go back to like October. You see that run up from the low with the 50? That run up, from there to the high. Like if we were to
I'll go from this low.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's 200%. And so 200%, let's see. Let's just kind of argue that would be right in here. And so you can kind of see that 200% level. Where does that line up with? Oh, gosh. Bear with me 1 second. I got TradingView going nuts. So let's just say it's down here. Somewhere in this area. $3.66. So I definitely think that it could go a lot higher than that.
$5, maybe?
Possibly. It's possible. I think that this $3.94 level is going to be huge for it. And either at that point in time, we're going to see some head and shoulders pattern form to drop it down, or we're going to see Elliott wave theory to the upside. Maybe not this steep, but you guys kind of get the drift, maybe something like this. It has every chance to run itself up to, I'd say it has, every chance to really hit $5. Let's focus on that point first.
I agree.
But yeah, it's looking bullish.
Earth Angel said, if Kathy Woods holds ADA, I think it's worth holding. She's a smart lady.
Absolutely. For sure. Very smart.
Steel City, ADA could go up, down, or trade sideways. Yep.
Exactly.
Love it.
Yeah.
And then Strika said, I think a lot of retail investors have gotten bored with Cardano and sold off. Not financial advice, but the wrong move, in my opinion. Yeah,
I think you're right on that. Yep.
When stuff like that happens, when there's so much behind it, there's so many fundamentals, it's just being stagnant. No one's talking about it. That's when it hits. That's when at least, you guys aren't going to expect it. It's going to boom out of nowhere. You're going to wake up in the middle of the night, like, or I'm going to get a notification from crypto.com because that's where I have them set up or whatever. I don't know why. Oh, ADA is up 8%. It is now $3.10 or something. I think that's where ADA is right now. Nobody's talking about it. So I think ADA is in for it soon.
Yeah.
What do we got next? Bitcoin?
Yep. Here's Bitcoin. We'll wrap this up with.
Yeah, quick for you. I got something I want to share, this tweet, before you get into it. Let me share my screen. Hold on. Let me see. Got to get the tweet up. So this guy, TechDev_52. If you guys don't follow him, I highly suggest it. He's been pretty spot on. He does a lot of TA. Have you heard of him, 6Fig?
Nope.
So he said
introducing
the Bitcoin top gauge, the top 101 in 2011, 100, 2013, 2017. So he does our current read on the RSI. Really interesting if you guys look at this.
So he uses the RSI, okay.
Yeah, so he uses RSI. So he still thinks where we're currently at is, what are we at right now?
Is this a weekly chart?
This looks like a yearly chart, or
okay,
a monthly chart. I don't know off the top of my head. I don't see it on here, but it's pretty interesting. It still goes to show in the grand scheme of things, I still think that we're going to run up. He's looking like what, $200,000 Bitcoin that we're about to run up very soon.
Yeah, I mean the stochastics would certainly suggest a
or
run up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I thought this was pretty interesting.
That's very interesting. Yeah, I mean, when we look at Bitcoin, this was looking very bearish a month ago before we came up and hit some new all-time highs. And, I was voicing my concerns that we were seeing this rising wedge play out. And then we ended up with a little bit of price action to the upside. And I can remember saying that before this all happened. I said, we need Bitcoin to go high and we need to straighten out this rising wedge into a channel. And that appears to be what exactly happened. Looks like the last time we were talking Bitcoin, you can see where I was kind of speculating on some Elliott wave theory, either that we're going to just kind of bounce more upwards here. I mean, that could happen from here to here. Nobody knows. That's a beautiful thing, but I'm hoping that we head higher from 0.4 because I don't want to head back down to 54,000 and get everybody depressed again. So, but we are drifting closer to the cloud, and it wouldn't surprise me to see a test of this trend line here, at least the 50 moving average for that matter. So, I mean, if we go here, find the average of this 50 moving average, I think everybody could agree that this might be the path it takes, and we might see Bitcoin kind of come down, maybe bounce and trade sideways well into the end of November, quite possibly. So just my thoughts on things right now.
What about that? The other indicator, it's like that ribbon band. I sent you a text about it. You know anything about that? I thought that was a pretty good. I got to go back and check. Hold on a second. Every full cycle, Bitcoin gets rejected off the log. Yeah, what is it? Logarithmic 1.618 before topping just over the 2.72. This is the first cycle where the 2.272 and the log regression line aren't close. The logarithmic.
Well, this is logarithmic that we're seeing right now as a logarithmic chart.
Actually,
so this is the difference between a logarithmic and a non-logarithmic chart.
Okay.
So
let me find the tweet. It was another one from TechDev. Logarithmic scale. Okay, here we go. Good point addressed by Crypto Inverse. Where were the? Let me just share my screen real quick. Oops.
Uh oh.
Hold on. You got the wrong thing pulled up.
He's got the wrong tabs pulled up here. You know, here's some.
I hate when that happens.
Some low bass is gonna start playing.
Hold on.
Chicka-bom-bom.
All right.
So you said it was. Do you know the name of the indicator that they're talking about?
There we go. Yeah, this one. This like logarithmic. See how it like moves like that? Isn't that a good point to address raised by Into Crypto? Okay, so this one else. Where would the
that
Bitcoin
might be some sort of custom
log regression? The log regression. Yeah, log regression. You ever heard about that?
Let me look and see if I can find it in the indicators here.
But this guy has a lot of tweets. Here's the other one. I think, okay, here was the original one that I texted a bunch of people. Every full cycle, Bitcoin rejected off the log 1.618 before topping over 2.272. This is the first cycle where the 2.72 and log regression line aren't close. Quite the test. So prediction of 150 to 250K. Reliable indicators will tell us. Alts will love it either way.
Yeah, you know, I think that's a custom indicator because I'm not seeing it. So I'm thinking that's one of those things. I have looked at Benjamin Cohen's videos before, and I think I remember seeing something like that. He had some good custom indicators that I don't know if he built or had someone build, but yeah, it's good stuff. And I'm hoping that this is right. Okay, so now I'm seeing that. And yeah, if this thing goes to 200,000, I mean, we're all getting rich for sure. Take profits seriously.
But that's why I always like to look at, like, everyone always says, when in doubt, zoom out type of thing based off whatnot.
Yeah, and anyway, let's just kind of, I just want to do one more thing here. Okay. Let's just throw up a little fib here. And I just want to see where 200,000 is at on this scale. So 327. I want to see where this is at on a grand scale of things, though. I guess it won't matter too much. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you know what's interesting about this, though, is that the 161.8 is at 100,000. The 161.8 is a golden ratio in Fibonacci, which look that up in Google. I highly encourage everyone to study the workings of Fibonacci.
I still need to do that. You always tell me that, and I'm a terrible friend for not doing so. Yeah,
I'm about to divorce you.
Oh, quick plug real quick too. This goes back to Bitcoin. The Jekyll Island book. Have you heard about that?
No.
It goes back to like the I don't even want to get into it. Never mind. I'll leave that for another conversation.
Okay.
You guys might know what I'm talking about. But I started reading the book. It's all about like it goes back to like the monetary system, and this is why Bitcoin was created, and how, you know, centralization of banks is crap and it's all corrupt and all that. But I don't want to get into that. But it's something about the Jekyll Island. Hold on. Yeah, keep going, and I'm going to find it real quick. I'll plug it.
Yeah, we'll probably wrap this up here too pretty quick. So if anybody in the comments section has anything that they want me to look over quick, just drop it now, and I will throw it up on the charts. See the heavy hitters in the comments. Strike, Earth Angel, Marco's in the house. He's got some miners coming, baby. I like it.
Me too, dude. I got them shipped. 3 more I got coming. The Creature from Jekyll Island. That's what it is. It's the classic exposure of the Federal Reserve that's become one of the best-selling books in the category of time. Where does money come from? Where does it go? Who makes it? The money magician's secrets are unveiled. Have you heard of that? It's
what?
The Creature at Jekyll Island. That book.
No, I haven't heard of that book.
But yeah, made me think about that. Just macro perspective thinking.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so the story with ETH, let's look at this. We can see that ETH was in very much danger here to come crashing down to around this $1,000 level again, and this was through Gartley, and ETH broke the top off this, so that makes this irrelevant, so we can get rid of that now. But we can see that this cup and handle is kind of performing, and hopefully we can see ETH setting up into some sort of saucy little pattern here. So this is kind of looking suspect to me. Like, this price action kind of looks like an ending diagonal in a way. I don't really know what to think of it. This looks like, I mean, you can't really even make any good. This looks like manipulative trading here, the way this is going, because we're not really seeing. Let me look at this in non-logarithmic mode. So,
is that what you were in?
Yeah, sometimes it just helps to snap out of this. I guess we could argue the fact that, hey, you know what? We do have some Elliott wave theory present. It did not look like it here. That's why I went into logarithmic, and you can see this this Elliott wave theory working its way up, and you can see this beautiful correction. This is what's called a corrective wave, when you start seeing a zigzag pattern like this, and you got the A, B, C correction. And then we went on to see price trade sideways, consolidate a little bit, and I guarantee we are probably getting ready to see ETH make another move back to the upside. So it wouldn't surprise me if we saw ETH kind of
zero.
No, I hope not.
I'm just kidding.
But you know, Crypto Airborne is a perma bear, so that much is
established. Hate the gas fees.
Oh, dude, me too.
It's ridiculous.
I freaking hate it, and that's gonna really kill them if they can't get that. I mean,
and they keep. Who knows when ETH 2.0 is coming out? There's no timeline. Everyone's just rolling with it. Nobody's doing anything about it. Like, everyone's still minting NFTs, gas fees. Stupid. Like, I can't even stake all these ETH small cap coins because in order to like Polka Bridge, for example, if you guys ever heard of that, I'm staking a bunch of coins, and I've been doing it for over a month and a half, 2 months now. And I bought in when it was like 50 cents. It's like $2 now. And I want to unstake and claim my rewards, but I have to pay the gas fees when I go to do that. So it's like to claim my coins from Polka Bridge, it doesn't even equate to what I've already earned. So it's like $160 to claim it, and then you have to unstake it to go back into my MetaMask wallet, and then that costs another $160. So it's like $300 to do that. So I mean, I guess it depends on how much you have and whatnot, but it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. I mean, and it would be one thing, like, let's say if you buy NFT and there's gas fees, and let's just say some gas fees went to the artist. Like, okay, I'm cool with that to a certain extent. But it's like purposely walking across the street from a car dealership to pay a higher price for a car that's the same thing, you know, across the street. I don't know. That's a bad analogy, but everybody knows and hates gas fees. That's the bottom line. Yeah, Marcos has a good point. They're playing with some mega ETH profits for sure.
And then now you made me think of the video you put out today with the sandbox, and how all those, if they're trying to make it mass adoption, how is like the average person or kid or is going to play a game like that when you got to buy virtual shoes that cost 0.2 ETH or 0.1 ETH? It's not even.
And then you got to pay the gas fees to put them on.
It's like you got to have a full-time job, and I don't even know. That's a whole other video.
You can have a bunch of naked characters running around because nobody can afford clothes.
Yeah, it's
going to be crazy. So yeah, I think ETH definitely could be kind of setting up to run up to maybe this 47.7 area. It's definitely going to come up to this 161.8 level. Not financially trading advice, but if it does that and gets rejected, it's possibly going to maybe produce some sort of ascending triangle at that point. Nobody knows. That's the correct answer, but that's kind of where I see it going if we get rejected at the 161.8 again, which the market's pumping. That won't happen. So let's see here. We got time for what? One more?
Let's look at the total crypto market cap, just like as an overall health of the whole market. I love looking at that, including. I don't know if you want to include Bitcoin or just the alt, or like just.
Yeah, let's look at it all.
Because we're still going up in the grand scheme of things, regardless of these, red days we've been having lately.
Yeah, so things, things have been pumping. They've never been better for the most part. And we can see that, let me just look at this on like a 12-hour chart. So it wouldn't surprise me to possibly see this run a little bit higher. My worries here is that if it doesn't, we are going to have one nasty one nasty head and shoulders pattern that could possibly form and trip out the market. But hey,
look through the bullish and the bearish scenario. Like everyone's saying, this is the end of the bull run. So what's the bullish side of this? Like, say, everything's going to play out. December is the end of the bull run. We're gonna peak out, but then we're gonna do what you just did.
So I mean, you could make the point just with this that this is a rising wedge. This is nothing to mess with. This is a very powerful and bearish pattern to have on a chart for any time frame. Well, I shouldn't say any, but on these larger scale 12-hour daily charts, this is a multi-month rising wedge, rising wedge, excuse me, dating back to July. I gotta take a sip of this beer here. Hold on.
Why don't you go? Why don't you even zoom out even farther? Maybe this is like
so we're
even bullish that you could see within go back to like 2015 or something.
So I mean, there's definitely if we want to start talking bullish, we're going to need to see this thing do exactly what we saw Bitcoin do with its rising wedge. And if TradingView will quit messing up, we're going to need to see this rising wedge straightened out into a channel. So if we do see price action get real crazy and this is the other thing. I'm trying to make sense of Elliott wave theory here in the fact that 0.2 to 3 must be higher than this span here. So this is what's tripping me up. So I need to see. This is what I need to see.
Is there a macro Elliott wave theory you could do?
No. This is what I need to see. I need to see 0.3 to come up here, and I need to see a little retracement back down like this, and I need to see 0.5 land somewhere up here. I do think that if that happens, I mean, we're looking at some serious stuff, but let's just do this. Let's just say that things just go into hyperdrive. We can see the 161.8 be sitting at about 3.7 trillion. Somewhere up in this neighborhood would be the 200% level. I mean, some of these numbers you could kind of argue are possible, but for right now, this price action is headed in the wrong way, and that's one thing I don't like. And if the market does collapse, we might be seeing some of these, all this money flow into like alts or something like that.
Well, that's how it usually goes. Is like Bitcoin will peak out, and the altcoins will start to rise right after, and then you go into a bear market.
Yeah, I mean, this is just what it is. I mean, that's just what I'm observing. We can kind of see that. I'm trying to find something to compare it to, but I'm just not seeing.
Steel City asks, what brand of beer are you drinking?
Right now, I am drinking a Corona. So I do like Corona.
Marco said he takes you as an ale guy or a Pilsner guy.
Yeah. Oh, no, not me.
I'm a craft beer guy as much as you may want to make fun of me.
I like craft beer. I like all beer. The only beer I really can't tolerate is like those really dark, like Sam Adams.
Yeah, Guinnesses. I don't like Guinness.
Yeah, I can't do that. It's just
Or
tastes
sours.
not my
Like
taste. Yeah.
sour beers. Some people love those, like sours. You ever had a sour beer?
Mm-mm.
They're so gross.
Yeah.
But I'm a closet hipster, guys. Not financial advice.
Actually, that is good financial advice. I would say be a closet hipster for sure.
If you guys follow me, yeah, you'd be like, oh, you'd probably, I don't know.
I tell you what, guys, Crypto Airborne is the top 2 or 3 investors I've ever met in my life. So I will say that when he latches onto some of this stuff, that's why you guys need to subscribe and follow him. He's definitely, I mean, seriously, in all seriousness, dude, I'm being 100% straight up with you.
I do have a different life outside of this, guys. If you guys ever discover my other YouTube channel, you can go and look at my whole life. I don't really talk about it much, but myself's out there. If you go to my main page, you can click on the YouTube thing that goes to my personal page. You can learn all about me.
Did you ever get that old Ferrari running?
No.
Okay.
No, but I am into sports cars, guys. Sports cars. I've been in my whole life. I'm gonna buy a Lamborghini. As crazy it is, like, oh, when Lambo. I've been into sports cars my whole life. I'm getting off on a tangent real quick, but my first sports car was a 1995 Mitsubishi Eclipse GST Turbo. Modded it out, ended up blowing the engine. I've had an Acura RSX Type S. I had a Nissan 370Z, Audi A4. Nothing crazy. I've driven a 700 horsepower Nissan GTR. But yeah, next is either I'm just gonna go all out. If the market blows up, I'm buying a 2020 Lamborghini Huracan, and I'm twin turboing it with Hefner Autosports down in Sarasota, Florida. But yeah,
what do you think about the new Corvettes?
Dude, they look like Ferraris.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
They're like the most exotic cars.
I mean, and they're not bad price too. They're like what, $125?
Best bang for your buck. So if you follow Daily Driven Exotics on YouTube, I love their channel. They have driven all the exotics. They said that the new Corvette, there's the new one, like 2023 or whatever is coming out. But they said that the performance and the handling is equivalent to like a Lamborghini for like half the price. And I'm tempted to do it, but I don't know. It's always been my dream to own a Lambo. So
and those
you guys might see me here next year at some point. But
maybe I'll do a face reveal from the Lambo.
Yes, there we go.
Either that or when CKB hits $1, I'll do that. The face reveal. So,
all right, guys.
Well, let's wrap this up. We're going into virtual world here.
Yeah, and if you guys are into like the Oculus 2, send me a DM. I would love to like hang out with you guys and play games and whatnot. But like I said, I've been heavy into that recently. We're gonna go into the virtual world here soon. I got some stuff to share with 6FIG. I think I want to do a future meetup in VR chat. I don't know if you guys know any other VR meeting applications, programs, virtual reality, whatever. Let me know in the comments. Would love to know your guys' thoughts. But if you guys aren't following me, follow me on crypto Twitter, Crypto Airborne. I'm on here, 743 followers. Been growing fast. I'm just doing what I love, guys. I love cryptocurrency. I quit my day job back in April. I don't even care about the money. Like, I just do this just to kill time and meet people and network. I think that's what life's about. Also, go follow 6FIGSTOCKTRADER. Just hit 1,000 followers, crushing it on Twitter. And
that's crazy.
Putting out videos, 3-4 videos a day. I don't know how he does it, guys. So make sure you guys follow him, subscribe. There's some crazy stuff we have coming up. We're going to try to do things that nobody is doing. You guys watch all these YouTubers with millions of subscribers and whatnot. They show their secret tokens. If you're watching them, it's probably too late. But I think the world, and I think it's all about the small communities, the small YouTubers and stuff. That's where you're going to gain the most knowledge and information. So like I said, go ahead, follow him. Follow me. You don't have to. I don't really care. If you guys like this, smash the sub, smash the like, and we'll see you on the flip side.
Create as many accounts as you can to follow Crypto Airborne with too.
For sure. All right, guys. Have a great night. Talk to you later.
Have a good night, everyone.